Today on the Philly Talk podcast, the Eagles and Browns finish up joint practice number 1, and the Eagles D-line dominates. Jalen Carter, 2 sacks and a fumble recovery. Sidney Brown and Nolan Smith get a sack. As for the Eagles wide receivers, Devonta Smith and A.J. Brown win their one-on-one battles, and Jalen Hurts signs with Jordan.
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking Sixers in the Bird Gang, that's I like. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, Eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk podcast, and today we got a lot to get into talking joint practice, but before we do that, Eagle Nation, can I ask y'all a favor? Help your boy out. Hit that like button, subscribe if you are new, and ding that bell. That way you're notified when we go live, drop videos, or put out YouTube shorts. Listen, there were 3 injury scares. Landon Dickerson, Jason Kelce, and Josh Sweat. Both Josh Sweat and Jason Kelce got up and continue practicing. Landon Dickerson left practice, but it was reported that he poked his head in to a media session and waved and said, "Hey guys, I'm okay." But man, 3 guys that are important to the success of the Eagles getting nicked up a little bit got me nervous. However, the Eagles D-line dominated. We're going to talk exactly what went down, right? But 2 sacks for Sweat, 2 sacks and a fumble recovery for Carter. Hassan Reddick with a sack, Nolan Smith with a sack, and Sidney Brown with a sack. Let me find out Desai is blitzing the safety. But look at this. This is Devonta Smith versus Denzel Ward, comeback route, one-on-one. You can't stop that route running. Look at A.J. Brown, one-on-one with a Browns defender. He's just too physical. A.J. Brown gets a back shoulder fade from Jalen Hurts, and the physicality's just there. The hand strength. This is the same play, but from further away. Again, he has no chance. Get on AJ's back for the ride. This is swole Batman we're talking about. And that was the best part of the game, I guess, because Jalen Hurts and the offense struggled a little bit. The 2 best plays in 7-on-7 and 11-on-11 went to Devonta Smith. We'll get into all that. I'm going to read the tweets and show some of the video that they did put on Twitter. Here we go. Nakobe Dean with a pass breakup on Watson through 7-on-7. After I read the tweets and show you the video, I'll go over some of my takeaways from just everything being reported. All right, first play of 7-on-7. Browns had tight coverage all around, but Hurts shows patience, and he hits Oz at the end of his route near the left sideline. Hurts then connects with Dallas Goedert in consecutive plays. So 7-on-7, good. It was the 11-on-11 period where we struggled, actually. Deshaun Watson picked off by Reed Blankenship after a ball was nearly picked off by Zach Cunningham, but bounced off the linebacker's hands. Reed Blankenship making stuff work already. Jalen Hurts was picked off by the Browns corner, Denzel Ward, down the sideline, attempting to throw the ball to Devonta Smith. So, a pick there. Got to give your receiver a chance. It is just practice. Now, Devonta Smith had a pair of deep catches against the Browns. We're going to explain more how the catches formulated later in this. But 2 deep balls to Devonta Smith. I guess they were the best throws of the day. Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter, and Sidney Brown have all gotten sacks with the first-team defense. Again, Brown coming from the safety position is interesting. Myles Garrett is getting the best of Mulata. He just registered another sack. After the play, Hurts tried to keep up the spirit of the group by aggressively clapping his hands in the huddle. That's a good leader right there. Let's look at the next one. DeAndre Swift pops up for a big gain and gets up to the second level. He's really shifty in open field, and Jamal Singleton is ecstatic, the RB coach. Happy for his guy. Nick Sirianni is getting feisty with the reserve offensive line after a miscommunication on a broken rush attempt. He's directed some aggressive words to Stoutland and the O-line. That's one guy you don't get chippy to, but nah, Stoutland understands. He's about that life as well. Looks like the Browns fumbled and Jalen Carter recovered. I do like this drill, though, from the linebackers, though, even though we're talking about a fumble recovery. Reed Blankenship and Terrell Edmonds at safety, Nakobe Dean and Christian Ellis at linebacker. Kavon Wallace subs in for Edmonds with the ones. No major movement yet. That were the starting safety and linebacking tandems. However, Sidney Brown now paired with Blankenship with the ones, so movement there. Brown could be making his way up the depth chart, and we're going to break down his tape intensely sometime in the middle of the week. This is one of the catches Devonta Smith had. With a picture-perfect rep, he runs a crosser and breaks free toward the top of his route. The Browns had pressure on Hurts, but with the play still alive, Hurts drops a dime to Smith for 30-plus yard completion. Final play of practice, Jalen Carter lines up from the 3-tech, same spot he did for his first NFL snap in Baltimore, and the Eagles' top rookie sacks Deshaun Watson. Up and down day for both teams, but the Eagles end on a high note. Do you see all these one-handed catches from our guy A.J. Brown at the jugs? This is why he don't drop no balls. Pause. These are just the tweets I put with the highlights. Again, I do like the linebacker drill. I should have showed you guys that to see which linebackers tackling the big O hard. But at the end of the day, Smitty with some good catches, Goddard with a good catch. Up and down day, I think both defensive lines ate. Again, the best plays from Hurts were on the one-on-one to Devonta Smith and the one-on-one to A.J. Brown that we see here. However, he did have a nice pass to Oz and Dallas Goedert in 7-on-7s. But once the 11-on-11 period came, the Eagles' offensive line struggled. They struggled. The Eagles had 7 sacks against the Browns, and if I count all the reports, I'm going to guess that the Browns had like 4 or 5 on us. So 7 against the Browns' offensive line, which is a good offensive line, but our O-line is good too. Myles Garrett was a problem, but look, it's practice. The best thing we do, take it with a grain of salt. The worst thing we do, take it with a grain of salt. If there's one unit that has a bad day that I'm not going to be worried about, it's the O-line. Simple and plain. Now, Kenny Gainwell got some first-team reps as well. The O-line struggled. What else kind of happened? I believe the running backs had a good day, right? Rashad Penny had a nice run. DeAndre Swift had a nice run. Good to see that tandem going. Nick Sirianni did speak yesterday or after the Baltimore game that I didn't talk about, saying just because Kenny G didn't suit up don't mean he's the number 1 running back, right? We all thought that him not suiting up put him at number 1, but he said next preseason game we're not going to dress DeAndre Swift and we'll dress Kenny. So he's going to get the guys all their touches just to get hit a little bit. But Rashad Penny playing the majority of that game, I think he's still trying to work his own thing out with this team. I think it's going to be DeAndre Swift and Gainwell, the main 2, with a little Penny, with a little Boston Scott. We will see. Oz was second today in returns in joint practices. But again, I think both offensive lines struggled. Both defensive lines hit. And when your defensive line hits, it's going to make it tough for the opposing offense. And so I would say, according to the reps, that we overall had the better performance. Tomorrow's video, I'll give you the definite answer on that because I'm recording this exactly when practice ends. So there's going to be some more tweets and stuff like that. You know, Elliott Shore Park will get Jalen Hurts statistics and this, that, and the third. It is what it is. It's practice. But if your D-line eating like this, and again, this Browns team has a good offensive line, I'm excited. Now, I want to talk about this before we get up out of here, right? Jalen Hurts. This man just signed with Jordan. I can't wait to see the cleats and what they look like, right? Eagles quarterback is now partner with the Jordan brand, a member of Clutch Sports, helped get the deal done. We knew he was going to be the first Jordan player. It's in his DNA. He loves it. Both Jordan and him come from the same frat house. They got the same mindset. We heard the comparison as a leader, as a guy who's just laser focused. But listen, we about to drop some Air Hurts shirts. Yes, I tweeted this like 7 hours ago on my Twitter. You know, some people said they like Air Jalen better for the simple fact it sounds like Air Jordan, Air Jalen, but Jalen is first name. There's a lot of Jalens out there. We can talk about Jalen Carter, this, that, and the third, but we're going to have the Air Hurts out. I already got the design drawn up. It's coming very soon. That's about to go hard, right? Air Hurts. I don't know if we're going to do hats, but we're definitely going to do shirts. We'll figure that out. But shout out to him, man. He just continues to prove how he's just dominating the NFL from a respectable level, a statistical level, a true triple threat on and off the field. And the best has yet to be seen. Oh, but he threw an interception today. Who cares? Who cares? When your defense is dominating like this, they'll get the ball back for him for sure. But again, in real game, real time, Jalen Hurts is going to understand the magnitude of the game and do what he needs to do. And when he got playmakers along the side of him like this, DeAndre Swift juking players, not only juking players, laying thunder there, seeing Jalen Carter not only show up in his first snap in the NFL, follow that up with 2 sacks and a fumble recovery against a pretty darn good Browns team. Nolan Smith, a lot of people are on him, right? They forgot that he did get pressure. Now, one pressure like this, for the amount of snaps he played, yeah, he could have did better. But how does he follow it up? He goes to his first joint practice, which Nick Sirianni said he's going to treat tougher than the whole preseason game, and he goes out and gets it done. Didn't hear anything from Ringo as it pertains to the joint practices, but still like how he bounced back. And Eli Ricks is just going to be fighting in a very, very deep cornerback class. Didn't hear much from the backup corners. I think because it was joint practice, we wanted to keep our best versus their best. Like, there's not going to be many moments in joint practices where it's like, let's get our 4th and 5th string guy versus your 4th and 5th string guy. So I think it was mainly iron on iron, iron sharpen iron, and I love what was reported defensively. But again, I'm more worried about the Eagles' defense as a whole. Not the D-line, obviously, but the linebackers, the safeties, the corners. How do they mix, right? Linebacker, safety, corners. Love our corners, believe in our safeties, have potential at the linebacker room. Nicholas Morrow looked really good against the Ravens. His stock in camp might went down, but his stock in preseason went up so far. That being said, I want to see the chemistry, communication. That Eagles offense is the same. They got the same guys out there. And when in doubt, Jalen Hurts to A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, I'm going to trust that. I'm going to trust that the Eagles offensive line bounces back. We're talking about practice. Don't make me get the old AI saying practice. We're talking about practice. So the unit that is more together 2 years in a row struggled a little bit. I'm not worried about it. Let me know y'all thoughts in the comment section, Eagle Nation. Drop the muscle emoji if you made it to the 13-minute and 8-second mark. And be ready for them Air Hurts shirts. I love it. I love it. Until next time, y'all know what time it is. We out.